MoQ Player, awesome. Ooh, not working. Ooh, yes, working. Great. Let's do just a tiny recap. Here's Luke. I don't know why I'm doing this tiny recap, but I will try to do my best. Don't kill me, Luke. So now we have a new protocol, and that's great. It's called QUIC. It's going to replace HTTP, or not replace, because HTTP 3 it's on top of QUIC. Great. What is great about QUIC? UDP, awesome, and a lot of stuff that prevents head of line blocking. Did I say right?
Yeah, head of line blocking.
Oh, thank you. And so people start to say, hey, let's create a new protocol that works with this cool stuff called QUIC. And people say, oh, look, right now in the industry we have like some solutions that solves interactivity stuff. WebRTC, great, but it's difficult to scale. And we also have like HLS and Dash that are easy to scale, but it's not so easy for interactive stuff. But looks like that middleware QUIC will be that sweet spot where we can achieve both. And that's the promised land, of course. And with this, with middleware QUIC, it's like, oh, maybe we need to define a new transport that is called middleware QUIC transport. That's why you see the T over there. That it's going to be something that subscribers and publishers are going to use to talk each other. And we are going to have relays in the middle, like it's like a CDN, traditional CDN, just trying to do some parallel stuff, where a publisher will publish content to a relay will publish content to another relay, and just that, and subscribers will subscribe through middleware QUIC transport to the relay to get the content. And we can achieve like live streaming scenarios, real-time scenarios for more like video calls or something like that, while a client could be a subscriber and a publisher, and also, for example, VOD or DVR, if, for example, the relay stores some video and the subscriber just with middleware over QUIC transport as for the content. What is great about this is that the same protocol for publishing and consuming the content. So looks very cool. So we should know that, and the challenge was to create a middleware QUIC player. So where to start? And believe me, it's a lot. So we needed to, this is just a screenshot of the digital whiteboard we created. In the center, in the heart, is the promised land where scalability and, and real time is achieved, and how everything like starts to spread. Because we have like here, I'm not going to, it's just an idea. We started to put here all the different draft or specs that are out. Because I talk about middleware QUIC, but also there is another specification about a catalog that is like the manifest, HLS manifest, Dash, now we have a catalog. There are also new containers, because in real-time scenarios, I learned this from Luke, that for example, you want to achieve real time, so your packets are going to be very, very thin. And when you use, for example, CMAF with audio, sometimes you will, and the payload of the audio is very, it's small. The header of CMAF will be like the same of the payload of the audio, so that's not good. And the idea is also there are new drafts for new containers, for example, the low overhead container, and I think there is another one that is called web codecs container, and so woof, it's a lot of stuff to learn. So we also like try to do a tiny stack to understand where the layers are. So yeah, physical IP, blah, blah, blah. QUIC, web transport, that is the API that the browser has now. It's like the similar to WebSockets, but that uses QUIC. Then we have the MoQ transport, that is what they are, the IETF is working. Then we can send the content in packages that it could be CMAF, could be low overhead container, could be WARP, well, something like that. Then we have the catalog to tell what are the tracks. There is also the web container, web codecs packager. And then we have the render that could be with media source extension that we are used to, or web codecs. You can use web codecs for this. And also, there are many drafts because every 2 months a new draft is out, so everything you did is updated, and you have to. Oh, so it's like this is like too much to learn. It was a really very fun to understand the landscape, and that was we created like the map of MediaWare Quick right now, and I'm sure right now it's deprecated. And also there is another draft coming that is like, hey, let's put together some ideas to how to interrupt between us, because if everyone uses a different container or whatever, this is going to be a mess. Just to you to know, we didn't use this for nothing, but maybe in the future we should. And so we take a look at the landscape at that moment, and we have like a pixelated Lux repo that uses lock. It's not aligned with the IETF media quick transport right now, works with his own relay also, and uses web codec and canvas for rendering, no MSE. Mike English was forked from this. He is still with the IETF. I think it's fragmented MP4.
Still, yeah.
Fragmented MP4, no buffers, worked with the relay from also his relay, web codecs, and just rendering, no controls, nothing. And there is also the one from Jordi from Meta, that he uses this web codec package format. He is like in another, also like the draft. This is like MediaWare Quick Transport version 5, and this is like version 7, so this kind of stuff that maybe don't understand each other because of that. And yeah, he has other stuff. And of course, we said, okay, with Player, we should pick Mike's Player, because he is the technical sponsor for the project, so hey, we take Mike's project. So the first thing we said is, okay, new code, also Rust over there in the relay, whatever. What are the low-hanging fruits we should start to get into MediaWare Quick, understand stuff? So I mentioned there was no controls. Say, okay, let's just start with that, controls. Because what we expect, for example, a player that plays, I don't know, sports with MediaWare Quick, yeah, I want to pause, I want to mute, I want a full screen, picture-in-picture, whatever. So we implemented that. And the good thing about this is that, for example, in MediaWare Quick, play and pause, as this is subscribe and the relay is going to push you content, for example, you have to unsubscribe when you do a pause. You unsubscribe to the audio track and video track. Or when you mute, in fact, you are unsubscribing from the audio. So he's like, hey, relay, don't send me any more bytes of data about audio. So that was the particular stuff about those, and then just controls, the normal controls we are used to in the browser. Then we said, okay, let's decouple the player and export libraries. And why was it? The project that was forked from the MediaQuick project, the player was not able to use it independently because it was very tied to the tool for creating this web page. And the only thing about the library, it was just a conversion from TypeScript to JavaScript, and then there was how was it called, the
builder is
Byte and Astro, like a framework just to create like static web pages, and that was what's doing the build. So if you want to pick the player and do something by your own, it was very difficult. So we started with that. Okay, we need to split the player so everyone can use it. Woohoo! What we did, I don't know if you know Rollup. Rollup is a tool for building stuff in JavaScript, like bundles. And we said we want to export a bundle for browser, so anyone can import this in their web page, like HLS does, saying like script tag here, and also modules, so anyone can use npm import and use it inside of any application, web application, whatever. The issue we found is with web workers and audio worklet. If you don't know what is workers and worklets, tiny, very short. Web workers there are 3 types of those. The idea is to have like maybe a worker or threads in JavaScript in the browser, so you can have your main script and you can start something, and the communication is going to be through events, I think, and you have something that processes information, whatever. This is used in the library for the video processing to go to the canvas and render the frames. And also we have like audio worklets that it's like a special case of a worker that it's used in web codecs in audio to also like render or play the audio inside like the audio processor. So it's like a tiny piece of code that you can put in the audio processor that goes to your speaker. So we have issues to split that code because the API on browser says if you want to add, for example, this is for the worklet, audio worklet, if you want to add a module, so a worklet, you need to give me an URL where the worklet is. But if we want to just have a bundle, one JavaScript file with everything, it's like we don't have an URL for this. It's inside the same file. So we needed to, we never been through that problem, so we do some research and we found some plugins for Rollup to do that were broken, so we fixed them, we put it on our repo, and then we may able to export a version for browser and version for import as modules. Yay, claps! And this was a lot of work, believe me, and I'm very like, oh, we did it, and now look at this beautiful stuff that is working because today it's published on NPM. So you can just use this URL from JS Deliver, MoQ Player, latest, blah, 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 and
without the space.
Yeah, just remove this space. And if you put a canvas, not a video tag as we are used to, and say, oh, I want to create my player, and you're done. You have your player in your own static web page without anything else. So, ooh, this is super, super cool. Big claps for the guys who did that because it was a lot of work. Then, what else we need from a player? Plugins. And what we need for plugins? Playback events and trigger events. Yes. So we said, of course, I want to interact with the player. What happened when it's talked or whatever, it's playing, it's paused, what happened? So maybe you're used to this, but it was not implemented in the first version of the player. So we created the basic playback events, play, pause, volume change, error, and also tried to start exporting some events for things more middleware quick specific, like subscription start, subscription down, unsubscription start, unsubscription down, and things like that to know what's the, what is happening with the player. This is a very simple example, so you can, from the player, add the event listener to subscribe down and say, hey, yes, the player has subscribed the tracks. Great. Then we move another challenge and we say, hey, we can also create a web component. And maybe you don't know what is a web component, but it's Web Component 101 coming, of course. So imagine nowadays in the browser you can create your own like tags. As you know, you have, I don't know, the H2 tag or whatever. You can create your custom tags. And that's, thank you browser for doing this, because we have the custom elements. When you can define, hey, I want a new element that is called current day. And look, this is the class that actually does that. And the class says, hey, every time you're connected to the DOM, please get the date and just show it. And you can use it in your web page. You just import the web component, the script, and then you're going to be able to put that special tag. And so that is super, super cool. And so what we did is just that. We wrapped it up all the previous example.
We have another space there.
You have another space here that you should remove over here, of course. And if you just add this script to your static web page, you're going to have this video MoQ video component, and you can put like source, what is going to be the source of the relay. This is like the URL of the relay with the content. And if you want the controls or mute and things like that, that maybe you are used to do this with video tags. And I think we have the first demo. Woo.
Okay. So as Nico said, we have here our HTML tag, custom HTML tag, and we also are importing the bundle or the player from JS Deliver that now is published.
With no space.
Without spaces, yes. And well, with all of the parameters, we need to send it. And let's go and see how it works. And here is the player with all of the controls. We can do full screen, picture in picture, change tracks, and also we can do mute and mute. And with the mute, we are unsubscribing from the track, so we are not receiving more data for the audio because we are not using it. So, and for the play and pause too, we are unsubscribing for the video tag. Also, if we want the player without the controls, we can remove the control parameter, update the page, and we don't have any control. So we can use it on any other place that we don't want control. And
That's it.
okay,
Great.
that's it.
Woo! Support for Media Chrome. Do you know what is that? Yeah, we have talked about that, and woohoo! That's the guy. So basically, Steve, please correct me if I'm wrong, what Steve does is say, hey, media components, of course. What if we build players and all the controls of the players through media components, web components, sorry. So you can see here, a player is like a collection of different web components, like the play button, everything. And what is super cool about this project is this is like this example is like this. Media controller, you add the, yes, I want the control bar, I want the play button, I want the mute, unmute, whatever, and here's the video tag. What is also very cool about Media Chrome is that you can use player style. And player style is here, if you go to this website, you can find a lot of styles of themes for players that uses web components. That this is super cool. So here, for example, we have an example. This is an example that was done also in the summer camp by Agus and Ronald over there. Agus, yay! And Ronald, if you're here or watching. So they created like a Christmas theme that you can just import if you put a video tag, and you just like put the tag over there. You're going to get a beautiful player with a Christmas theme, and that is super, super cool. And so what is needed for our video mock component to support Media Chrome or to be used with that? Simple. As you saw, video tag, it's working. So we said, okay, if we have the same API as the video tag, like the same interfaces like play, pause, whatever, attributes, it's like the same component. And if we, here, the attributes is the same JavaScript API, same attributes. And it also triggers the same events like volume change, I'm paused, I'm playing, whatever, it should work. And yes, like demo again.
Let's go and see how it works. Okay, so here we are using the Christmas theme. We're importing it from JSLibra as well. And we are putting inside our custom HTML tag. And let's see how it works. It's here. And also you can control everything. Now we are only supporting full screen, picture in picture, change volume. Well, only mute and mute. Picture in picture is not supported, sorry. We are working on it, but we are working on implementing all of the other controls. And well,
that's it.
That's it. So now we have media control, and we support Media Chrome. We can pick another player style.
Yeah. This is yours, so just choose one.
Which one? Sutra.
Sutra,
Oh,
first one. Let's check it out.
first one or last one? Yeah. So we only need to copy, paste it here, change video tag for our HTML tag, for our web component. Let's comment this so we know how 2 players, and update the page, and it's working.
Woo.
It's pretty weird because we can also post, we can also do full screen,
Super cool.
and well, we can add custom styles to the media theme, so we can put it shorter or bigger or whatever you want.
So great, thank you. Let's continue. What?
Also, we have something else.
Okay.
We have all of these samples in a page we created. We created a sample page, and we have all of the examples for the web component, also importing it as a module. The example for Media Chrome. Also, we have an example with media controls instead of media themes. And well, we also have the example with how to use the events, how to listen to the events, and which events we created. And we're gonna add more examples, more features, and
That's great.
that's right.
So we think that this is going to be like, if you are familiar with Dash.js, like the sample pages where a lot of tiny samples, like probably evolve to that. So that's great. Great, let's move again to the presentation. So current challenges, because this is not finished. We are still working on the MoQ Player. So we are implementing fetch, that it's like to get from the relay all frames or segments, let's call it, I don't know, to maybe like to have like the EBR stuff or things like that. So that's happening right now. In fact, right now it's like yesterday was happening in the in the hall. Also suffered from the Streaming University, from a student from Ali, PhD student. He's implementing some IBR switching algorithm that they were researching. So they are implementing that in the player, and that is super cool because we already can change tracks. Then we are going to be able to just change track depending on network conditions. We are also thinking about to split the library into more tiny libraries. So you can just pick the media transport or just the catalog or whatever you want to build. Because again, maybe a player for sports is not the same player that you will need for real-time communication. So the idea is that we need to put all the tiny pieces, as the common media library has, so you can build your own MoQ Player or different flavors. But the idea is maybe try to split that and have like the 3 different flavors for live streaming, web conferences or something like that, and I don't know, maybe just that.
But right now we have 2 different type of players, one with a web component and the other one without the web component, so it's smaller, the size, so you can use it and create your own controls or your own things on the player.
Great. And the other one is how to continue after summer camp, because there's a lot of people involved in this, and also if one of you is like SBTA member or whatever, JT should send an email saying, hey, who is willing to join a Media Work Week working group to maybe continue doing something like this? Are you interested in continue developing this? And so, yeah, maybe it's something cool if you want to get involved. And what happened? Great. Woohoo! So summary of this project. We finished 10 feature requests. We did 22 pull requests, and those were merged. 12 feature requests are still open, so you can contribute on those. We created our web bundle, a web component, a sample pages, and now it's available on NPM. So I think it was a great success.
22 till yesterday, because today we merged 3 more.
Oh my God. That's what happened with MediaWare Quick. So this is the repo if you want to check out. This is the NPM package if you want to try it out. And thank you for everyone who has been involved in this project. It was like super, super, super awesome. You rock it, Henry.
Also, something else that now Mike is working on creating a page, a public page to test this. Soon it's going to be.
I think it's up. I think it's mockjs.org.
It's mockjs.org, but I think the release is not working, or they're having an issue.
Fix it.
Okay.
You know, like
Really soon it's going to be.
we put this presentation like 2 hours ago, and it's already like duplicated. That is what happened with MediaWare Quick.
Yes.
Great, wrap up. Woohoo, how it went. We worked on 2 projects. We learned, and this is very important because we learned together server guide insertion and MediaWare Quick. 35 contributors this year. That's a lot of people from 10 different organizations. We had 24 plus online sessions and more things coming, talking about. And I want to just mention one masterclass about IBR algorithm that was like mind-blowing. I will put the link after this presentation from the guys from Streaming University. It was super, super cool. And yeah, those are the contributors. Big applause. So, thank you everyone for participating this year in the summer projects. I hope next year it will be super fun also. And now you are going to, everyone who has contributed here, we have a beautiful poster of all of you for you to sign. So we have like this beautiful memory to keep together. And thank you again.
Yay.
And thank you everyone for being there. Bye-bye.
Potito.
That was like.
Woohoo!